So, like they always say, history is written by the victors. And so, in this particular case, the winner of the Monday Night Wars was World Wrestling Entertainment. And what it left behind will be the stuff of debate for years and years and years and years to come. But we are living in a post-Monday Night War era. So the question that I pose today is, what if Eric Bischoff, what if his group, Fusion Media, I believe it was called, what if they had actually purchased WCW? What if they would have gotten the TV time? Would we see the continuation of the Monday Night War? Would we have a better product today? If you want the synopsis of what I believe that a WCW under Eric Bischoff is what TNA is today. That we see in TNA what a WCW under Fusion Media Group would be. Because realistically, what kept WCW afloat through the bad times was Ted Turner's money, Ted Turner's blessings, Ted Turner's good graces. Now, would Eric Bischoff be able to drum up the amount of capital that Ted Turner provided through Fusion Media? I sincerely doubt it. I think that they had enough money to buy the company. I think that, though, at that point the company was hemorrhaging money. It would have taken an extreme effort to turn that company around, to make it profitable again. Not to say that Eric Bischoff did not do it the first time, because remember, Eric Bischoff took a company that was losing millions and millions of dollars, and within a couple of years, he made it a company that was generating 5 times that amount of the loss in profit. So Eric Bischoff had done it before, but would the money that was present, would that be enough for WCW to sustain, to keep top level talent? Could he have guaranteed Hulk Hogan the same amount of money that Hogan was making with Ted Turner, with Time Warner backing WCW, when it came time to renegotiate? Because we know Hulk Hogan is a businessman. Hulk Hogan is not going to just, he's not going to come in and say, listen, I'm going to take a 50% pay cut to stay with you when I can go back to the WWE, or WWF at that time, and probably make a lot more. Because the WWF at that time, WWE, was in fact generating huge amounts of profits, which would eventually lead them to becoming an IPO. As a matter of fact, I think they were already at that point. They had become initially an IPO. So they were a public company at that point, before WCW folded. And I could be wrong about that. I could be getting my dates all mixed up. But would Eric Bischoff's group have the money there to do that? Would they be able to continue on with those contracts? Because you got to remember, if Bischoff bought the company, would he have bought the contracts also? Would he have decided to just let some contracts run out? There's a lot of questions there, but I personally don't think that Eric Bischoff's group would have had the money to sustain it at the same level. And so you would have had an exodus of top-level talent to the WWE, some to just retirement, some to other places around the world. You would have, because they wouldn't have been making the same kind of money with WCW that they could have made with WWE, WWF. And at the end of the day, these people, professional wrestlers, don't risk their lives every day, every match, for pay cuts. There's no loyalty in the wrestling game. Ask Jeff Jarrett. There's no loyalty. And realistically, the concessions that he would have had to have made are the same exact concessions that TNA had to make in order to secure top level talent. And as we can tell right now from TNA, that is not a sustainable business model. Now, would I have loved to see Eric Bischoff in control of WCW? Absolutely, 110%. I have a ton of respect for Eric Bischoff. I tell people all the time that if it was not for WCW, I would probably not be a wrestling fan today. WCW brought me back to wrestling. And so would I have loved for WCW to continue? Absolutely. Would I have loved for them to be successful? Absolutely. But WCW under Eric Bischoff, I believe would end up the same as TNA today. And we all know what that is.